Hi, lots of videos on June 28, 2020, but I wanted to take you through our squash tunnel. We have some acorn squash and spaghetti squash that we're trying to grow up on a cattle panel just to see how they do compared with the ones in the lower garden that are just spreading everywhere. So they are very vigorously growing and they put out some of the most amazing tendrils to grab on. Look at that. And they know how to hold on to the panel. And we've already got some fruit on here. A couple of good sized ones of the spaghetti squash. So that's exciting. And then we have some of our tomatoes over here. These are the baby tomatoes that Steve's trying to grow them up the trellis so they don't look very bushy, but they do have a lot of tomatoes on them. You can see that. What's left of the Swiss chard here, it's still going good, and we got some just regular tomato plants on the edges. I think I've shown you those before. Here's our tomatoes in the cages. Steve had to stake them. They got pretty beat up in the storm a couple of nights ago. I think we had about 70-mile-an-hour winds, so we're just thankful that things are still standing. All of our peppers look good despite the storm, and we do have some baby peppers. If I can find one, I'll show it to you. They kind of hide down in the bottom of the plant, so you have to really look to find them. There aren't very many yet, and I'm not having any luck. So I guess I won't show you, but there's some little pepper plants in there also. A little bit of lettuce and a few bush beans and some mini pumpkins that we're going to grow up over that trellis. And the green beans, they're actually starting to produce some bean plants. They're not as vigorous growers as the squash plants, but they're sure pretty and dainty. They got lots of blooms on them, so that should be fun. All the boards here are where we've taken out some of the spring crops and just trying to keep the weeds down. So that's our solution for this year anyway. The cucumbers are doing great. We've got a lot of baby cucumbers on here. Actually, they're not so baby. If I can show you in there, you can see several of them are getting close to being big enough to pick. There was another couple in here. Yep, there's one over here. See him? He's looking pretty good. So there's lots of blooms, and so hopefully we'll be getting some cucumbers soon. So that is the scoop on the vegetable garden, and I will see you later. Thanks for coming by.